Well, we officially did it. We have reached 9,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to all of you in the GeauxBurns Nation, our viewers, fans, mods, super chat heroes, as well as our members and subscribers for your support getting us this far. On the road to 10,000. Hopefully we'll get there sooner rather than later. But I'm humbled by the fact that we've made it to 9,000. And hopefully all you new subscribers will stick around, hopefully. So with every Q&A that we've been doing the past while now, used to be once a month, but I decided to change it to once every 1,000 subscribers reached as kind of a reward of sorts. I give you guys the opportunity via the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, as well as the YouTube community tab, and of course our awesome Discord, to submit a question, any question that you may have happened to have, and I will answer your question to the best of my abilities. We did have a deadline a few days ago, and I notified everybody the best I could via the community tab, Twitter, Facebook, Discord. So hopefully if you want to get your question in, hopefully you got it in. You can always check out previous Q&As as well in the Q&A playlist. All right, we'll start things off in the YouTube community tab because there's only 2 questions over here, which I found kind of surprising. But, you know, it is what it is. Maybe some people just didn't feel like asking any questions. We do have a few on Discord, by the way. But for reasons, we only got 2 on the YouTube community tab. It's not a cab, it's a tab. But we got none on Twitter, none on Facebook. I guess Twitter and Facebook are dead. That's okay. You know, say la vie. First off, we'll start with Antoine Juicy. Like I said, you could ask him almost any question you want. When you go number 2, what's better? Toilet paper or baby wipes? TP, man. Hashtag TP. I'm all about TP. It's got to be 2-ply, though. You know, I don't want that 1-ply crap. It's horrible. The 2-ply absorbs better. Plus, it feels nicer. Anyways, thanks, Antoine. Next is Optional Gaming. Any tips and tricks to grow my YouTube channel? Well, first off, always make sure that you're making the content you want to make. Don't be making a channel or content or streaming because you think you're going to be the next big YouTuber, that you're going to make all this awesome money, that you're going to have fame and fortune. It's probably not going to happen for most of us. You should do it because it's fun, it's an enjoyable experience, you got something to say, you have ideas, you got video ideas, whatever it happens to be, humor, maybe a cool machinima, or you just want to play video games and hopefully some people watch you play. It really comes down to your passion to have a channel. And I equate it to either having a hobby, a passion, or even maybe being like an artist of sorts. So that's the way you have to look at it. Don't go into it thinking that you're going to make money. I mean, you're actually going to spend money. And I've pointed this out in previous tips videos I've done. I've done a couple over the years where, yeah, it's going to be kind of an investment. Now, there's obviously cheaper ways to get into being a content creator. And for anyone just starting out, that's what I would recommend. I'd get some free editing software. I would, if you have, for example, a PlayStation 4, is that what you play on? I don't know if it is or not, but fortunately, the PlayStation 4A has a pretty decent game capture that records up to 15 minutes of video, and there's also video software that you can download on your PlayStation 4 for free, and once you learn how to edit it, you can put it together, and you can upload it to YouTube, and several other content creators on the channel, they do that all the time. So that's one way to do it if you have a PlayStation 4. If you don't, you're probably going to need Elgato Game Capture. That's the type of game capture I've been using for years, ever since I started the channel over 5 years ago. I started off with Windows Media. It was a free video editing software. It's good for the basics, but eventually, if you want to continue improving, you're going to have to get better editing software. For example, I use Vegas now. Yes, it's expensive, but it does way more and looks way more professional than Windows Media. But Windows Media and other free editing softwares is definitely the place to start for up-and-coming new content creators. So as long as you want to do it, as long as you're willing to go on YouTube and research any questions you have, YouTube is a great library. There's plenty of other channels out there that have the information you need, whether it's about recording game or editing videos or the right sizes you need, as well as setting up your OBS. I mean, I've learned a lot from Discord, not just silly, funny, stupid videos, but there's a lot of knowledge on YouTube as well that you can look at. And for any questions you may have, just type it up in the search section, and I'm sure a couple videos will come up and you can learn that way. That's how I've been doing it. Anytime I hit a roadblock when it comes to OBS or even video editing, even though I feel like I'm kind of a professional, or even like Photoshop, for example, for thumbnails and other graphics that I make, I just go on to YouTube search, I type in the issue I'm having, and usually someone's done a video on it. So props to the YouTube community at large for helping fellow YouTube creators and streamers. The final bit of advice I would give you, optional gaming and any other content creator out there, is always be appreciative of what you have. Yes, one day I would like to reach 10,000 subscribers or 25,000 or maybe even 100,000 if it's in the cards, but always be grateful for what you got. Be grateful for your viewers, be grateful for your subscribers, for those that do support you, and recognize that you have come a long ways since where you started. Always remind yourself about that. Don't allow the fact that there are bigger YouTube channels out there, maybe some are growing faster than yours, to get you down. Don't worry about what other people are doing. I know it's hard to do, but just be grateful for what you got and just keep trying to get better. And consistency is also important, whether you're putting out a video once a week or once every 2 weeks, or you're trying to put one out every day or every other day. Consistency and sticking to whatever it is that you're passionate about topic-wise will definitely eventually net you even more viewers and subscribers. It's hard for smaller channels, but as long as you still love doing what you're doing, just keep at it, and hopefully you will find more people to subscribe to your channel that enjoy your content, more viewers, fans, and you are always welcome to go into our Discord and go down to self-promotion and promote your channel, which is, of course, down here in self-promotion. So we got Snake, Fat Chinese Gaming, Tank Engine Jr. just started putting stuff on his channel, Kane. We have a lot of people in our community, in the GeauxBurns Nation, that take advantage of our Discord and the Discord community, and that's where they put their content. Anytime they're making a new video, they put it in self-promotion, or if it's a Grand Theft Auto video, they can put it in Grand Theft Auto chat, or if it's a Red Dead Online or Red Dead Redemption 2 video, as long as it's not spoilers. We do have a spoiler section down here for those. You can put your videos in Red Dead Redemption's chat. So, yeah, our Discord community is freaking awesome, and this is a fantastic segue to the Discord questions, because that's where the majority of our questions are. We're going to start things off with Kane. What makes a good video game for you? Would it be story, gameplay, characters, replayability? Once again, congrats on 9,000. Here's to 10,000. Thank you, Kane. And congrats to you for reaching over 300 subscribers. Long ways from when you started off at 0. So like I said to optional gaming, that's something you always have to keep in mind as a content creator. Don't worry about the fact that you're not a bigger channel. Always focus on making better content, bettering yourself, improving your skills, and people will find you and you will continue to grow. Just keep it as a hobby or an artist. Now, this is about video games, a question that Kane happens to have. I would say gameplay, because it's a video game at the end of the day. I mean, yes, you want excellent graphics and rememberable characters and story and even replayability, and you want to be able to have a lot to do in that game. You want to feel like you get your money's worth. But at the end of the day, it's a game. And if you don't enjoy the gameplay, if you don't enjoy playing this video game or a board game or a card game, then there's no point, right? Because there's some card games you're going to like, there's some you're not going to like. The same thing applies for board games as well as video games. The next question is, son, if you could be reborn, what things would you do differently in life? Well, I do believe in reincarnation. I don't know if it's true or not, but I personally believe in reincarnation. I believe that I have lived many lives. I'm not going to get into that specifically, but I think I talked about it in one of my vlogs over on the Vlogs channel in case you guys are interested. Plug for the Vlogs channel. But if I could be reborn into this life specifically, and I had some things that I could do different, what would I do differently? Well, I guess it's hard to say because I do believe in time. I do believe in everything happening for a reason. The good things, the bad things. I feel like if you deviate by one thing, if you try to change one thing that happened in your life or one mistake you made, even if it's a small one, then it could have long-term consequences on your life in general. Say, for example, if I had a crush on somebody in high school and I never got around to asking them out because I was afraid they weren't going to give me the time of day. Let's say I went back in time and I did ask them out and they did say yes. That would dramatically change my life potentially because that could have led me down a completely different path. Now, if they would have said no, maybe it would have made me a lot stronger, or maybe it would have made me suicidal. Hopefully not. But I don't like the idea of trying to go back and change things. Even though there are plenty of things in my life that I've done, mistakes that I've made, a lot of them in high school and growing up as an adult, that I wish I could have a do-over on. I wish I could go back and fix a few things. But like I said, if you change one thing in your life, it could be like a house of cards. It could make you a completely different person. I think there was what Ashton Kutcher was in that movie Butterfly Effect. I think that was kind of the premise. Like he was trying to change one thing, and then that one thing he thought was going to make things better. And I think in one scenario it did make things better, but there was also something really bad that happens, and you have no real control over like the things that have happened. You can learn from your mistakes. You can learn from the bad decisions that you did. The times when you zigged when you should have zagged, or zagged when you should have zigged. But that's the only thing you really have control over is learning, gaining knowledge and wisdom in the hopes of not making those same mistakes down the road. So if you're not happy about your life right now, and there's things I'm not happy about either, but there's also things I am happy about. If there are things you want to improve on, like getting healthier, losing weight, you got to learn from your previous mistakes. And hopefully going forward, you still have time to right those wrongs, to learn from the mistakes, and to ultimately be the person that you want to be. So I really don't think I would go back in time and change anything, even the really bad things that happened, especially the mistakes that I made. And I made quite a few. Okay, so the next question is from Fat Chinese Gaming. What makes you start doing gaming on YouTube? I've explained this a few times, but for anyone that might be new to that question, I did talk about it in my Year 5 video. I obviously have been a gamer my whole life. My grandfather got me hooked on Intellivision because he used to love playing Intellivision. It was a competitor of Atari. And I got a N64. Well, me and my stepsister got an N64 in the 80s. And my friends, I think one of my best friends at the time had a Sega Master, so we would go to each other's houses. One day we'd be playing on the NES. The next day we'd be playing on the Sega Master, the next weekend specifically. So yeah, I've been a gamer my whole life. And I've been on YouTube since the late 2000s with various channels. First off, I guess you could say I had kind of a shitpost channel where I just made silly machinima videos. Then, of course, some of you know about the political channel, which I've not really doing much on. I did bring it back a month or so ago, try to rebrand it a little bit, posted a few videos, but it's been at least a month or two since I posted a new video. I'm trying to think about how to go forward with that channel. So it's just politics kind of burned me out. But how I became specifically involved with gaming on YouTube is because of Grand Theft Auto Online, as most of you know. I purchased Grand Theft Auto 5 because I'm a huge Grand Theft Auto fan, been a fan since the beginning of the franchise back in the 90s. I enjoyed the story of Grand Theft Auto 5, and that's the reason why I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 was for the story, not for online. But I started playing Grand Theft Auto Online at the very beginning, at launch in October 2013, and I had all these ideas for what I would like to see implemented in the game. At the time, Rockstar had an email you could send. Now they have the feedback pages for Grand Theft Auto Online and Reddit Online. And I noticed that there were other content creators on YouTube. Bear in mind, this is when I still had the political channel, and I still do, but it's still there forever. But yeah, I saw other content creators making YouTube videos for Grand Theft Auto Online. And eventually got to the point where I thought, you know what? Why am I emailing these ideas? Why am I typing them up when I could simply just record the video and post it on YouTube and see what happens? Plus, I also had a radio background, so that also has helped me with my YouTube skills. Radio, YouTube, along with gaming. And it just, that's where it happened. That's where it began over 5 years ago. Over 5 years ago, that's crazy. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what got me started. Ideas. Crazy, silly ideas for Grand Theft Auto Online. Just like we went over in year 5. See, Tank Engine Jr., how long do you think you'll stay on YouTube? That is a very good question, Tank. I realize that there are issues with YouTube. I've mentioned it a few times in various rants, and as a content creator and streamer, sometimes it feels like YouTube makes it difficult for us to grow our channels, especially the smaller channels. And a lot of things they implement suck. And you also always have the fears of the next apocalypse. You have other streaming services out there like Twitch, let's see, Caffeine, DLive, just to name a few. I will stay on YouTube as long as I continue to have a platform on YouTube, as long as I have a community on YouTube, as long as I have viewers and subscribers and fans on YouTube. I will stay on YouTube as long as YouTube continues to exist, as long as I continue to have a passion and interest for continuing to post videos and make content and live stream on YouTube. I do have the Twitch channel, and maybe eventually I'll start doing a once a week Twitch stream over there, but my focus is YouTube, for better or worse. And if a different video platform rises up that actually can rival and do better than YouTube, then I'll probably jump over there. But for now, I'm gonna stick with YouTube, and that's no guarantee that I'll continue making content for the gaming channel or the political channel. I've tried to resurrect that channel a few times, and it may come to the point somewhere down the road where I simply get tired of making content on the gaming channel, or I get tired of making vlogs over on the vlogs channel, because I've made so many vlogs already over the past 2 years over there, and eventually you run out of ideas for vlogs. So that's always a possibility that the day may come where I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have to cut back on even trying to do a vlog every 2 or 3 weeks because I just don't have an idea. Maybe I'll do one once every 2 or 3 months, or whenever I get around to having an idea. So that's a possibility, but at the same time, I still enjoy making content on this channel, as well as live streaming, and I'm also enjoying the GB cast that we're doing on Saturdays, which allows me to have a different, I guess, place to talk about a variety of issues, not just video games, but comics, sci-fi, TV shows, movies, etc. So I'm going to continue to do what I do going forward for as long as I'm still breathing, as long as I'm still around, as long as I'm still interested in being a content creator and streamer on YouTube, then I'll continue doing it. Let's see. Next, we go to Red. First of all, congratulations for your 9,000 subs. Thank you, Red. Those are the fruits of your hard work. But now time for the most important question ever. Ketchup or mayonnaise? Ketchup. I'm sorry, I cannot do mayonnaise. My dad loved mayonnaise. I hate it. No offense to any of you that love mayonnaise, but ketchup is how I roll. I love my ketchup. Let's see. Next, we got Brian. Let's see. Hello, GB. Congratulations on 9,000 subscribers. Thank you, Brian. My question is, do you think that Rockstar will add their past games to Nintendo Switch, like what they did with LA Noire? Have a fantastic day. I don't think they're going to, Brian, because LA Noire was brought back for current gen, Xbox One and PS4, as well as, well, I think PC already had a version. Plus, they did a VR version, too, I think. So I don't think we're going to see 3D versions of Grand Theft Auto games on the Switch. I don't think we're going to see San Andreas or Grand Theft Auto 3 or Vice City Stories or Liberty City Stories. It's always possible we may see Chinatown Wars because wasn't that a DS game? So they could always do like a DS port to Switch. That's not out of the realm of possibility. It just depends on whether or not Rockstar actually wants to go through the time and the effort to make a port for Switch. So I think the best case scenario for one of the Grand Theft Autos would probably be, I guess, Chinatown Wars or maybe Grand Theft Auto 4. I don't think we're going to ever see Grand Theft Auto 5, and most definitely not Red Dead Redemption 2. We're not going to see Grand Theft Auto 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Switch because I don't think the Switch can handle either one. The Switch might be able to handle Grand Theft Auto 5, but I think you're going to run into the same problem that last gen did for Grand Theft Auto Online, whereas the content was cut off a long time ago. The last update that came on Grand Theft Auto Online for the 360 and PlayStation 3 was Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1 and 2. So I feel like we're not going to see Grand Theft Auto 5 on Switch. We're probably never going to see the first Red Dead Redemption on Switch because it's a difficult game in itself to port to anything. But best case scenario, maybe Bully. I doubt that because it's so outdated. It's still an enjoyable game, but it's outdated. Warriors is outdated, but Chinatown Wars, maybe. But that's the only one I think that they would even remotely consider porting over to the Nintendo Switch. Next, let's go to Akeem. What does your family think about what you do online? I don't know why you threw the salt out there. What's with the salt, Akeem? But I think the majority of my family, by the way, Catholic. My grandma's Catholic, so I have a whole bunch of cousins. And I have about a dozen aunts and uncles. Most of them are so fixated with their own lives that they don't really care. And it's the feeling's mutual. It's nothing personal, but they have their own lives. They have their own careers, their own things they do. And for the most part, I'm oblivious to what they do. I mean, I hope they're having a great life and a career, family, whatever they're doing. I hope it's going well for all of them. And I feel like the same thing, they probably feel the same way about me. You know, they don't know what I'm up to 24/7. My grandfather, who's still kicking it in his 90s, still has a business. He doesn't believe in the word retire. You know, he's focused on his thing. And I have several other people in my life that they have their own things going on, their own lives. So I think for the majority of those family members, my closest being my sisters, like I said, once again, they're focused on their own lives. They're focused on their own careers and whatnot. And I don't really think they think one way or the other about me doing the YouTube thing. It's kind of old hat to them because I've been doing YouTube for over a decade now. Like I said, with the political channel and over the past 5 years with the gaming channel. So I haven't heard anyone say anything bad about it. I mean, they probably just see it as a hobby, as a passing interest. Well, it's not really a passing interest if I've been doing it for well over a decade now, or nearly a decade, because I think the political channel's going to be 10 years old in August or September, somewhere in that ballpark. So I think that most of them are okay with it. In the end, it doesn't really matter what they think when it comes to this, because it's my life, and I'm going to do what I do. It's a passion. It's a hobby to me. It's a form of expression. You know, I guess it keeps me out of trouble. It keeps me from finally being hauled off and put in a padded cell of a straitjacket. And maybe one day it'll be successful for me. And then everyone else will be like, wow, he did it. Wow, awesome, great. But for now, if they have anything negative to say, they probably keep it to themselves, which is respectful. And I'm probably the same way when it comes to things that some of them do that I disagree with, though. So like I said, I think the majority of my family is so fixated and so focused on their own lives that they're not really too concerned with what I'm doing, as long as I'm not doing anything illegal or harming anyone else in the process. Let's see. Next question comes from Sedan. How would you rate various types of snack chips? Nachos, Doritos, Cool Ranch, Wavy, normal barbecue. We need to know your junk food preferences, even though you're always eating those nut brownies on stream. Okay, so Sedan, I stopped eating the brownies because brownies have sugar in it and it's bad for you. I'm trying to cut back on sugar. I am still trying to eat walnuts. But the only chips that I eat lately are like black bean chips. They're sea salt black bean chips. That's good for you. They're gluten-free. They got protein. I think they got fiber. So I do snack on that. I snack on beef jerky. I have usually a little piece of dark chocolate once a day. Trying to eat more fruits like bananas. The problem with bananas is it takes a while for them to get to the point where I like them. I like mine to be where they got, the dots on them, the black dots. My sister, one of them likes it almost green. Ugh, disgusting. So I've been trying to get better at snacking. And so I don't really eat that many chips anymore. Even if I do go to a Mexican restaurant every now and then, of course, I'm going to have some chips with my salsa or my guacamole or queso. But I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to get really serious about losing weight. The struggle is real, but I do like chips. I do like me some Doritos. I would say Nacho is probably my favorite, but Cool Ranch is good too. I liked Cheez-Its. I've liked, what else have I liked that I've enjoyed chip-wise, in case you all are wondering, that I'm trying not to consume anymore. A wide variety of stuff. I mean, I used to like Wheat Thins a long time ago. Sun Chips, the Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips. I loved Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips. So, yeah, I mean, I used to have a thing for chips, but like I said, trying to eat healthier, trying to snack healthier. So a lot of that I'm trying to avoid. Unless it comes to, like pita bread and hummus, that's pretty tasty. Plus, hummus is good for you. And like I said, if I ever go to a Mexican restaurant, of course I'm going to have some chips and salsa or chips and queso or chips and guacamole. Guacamole is probably better for you than queso. Next is Cormac. When are you posting Ninja to me? Do you mean when I'm mailing? Posting. I guess that's Irish for mailing. So Cormac is obsessed with my cat, one of my cats. I have 2 cats and 1 dog. My youngest is Ninja. And no, I didn't name him after the Twitch streamer. I didn't even know that Ninja existed until maybe the past year. He was a cat I adopted about a month after one of my other cats passed away back in 2012. And I guess I'd got to the point where I was used to having 2 cats in the house. And I felt like after a month that the time had come to get a second cat again. So I adopted him. And the previous cat, his name was Bandit. I had him from 2000 to 2012. So he was about 12 years old when he died. He was a black domesticated short hair. And in the United States, we have this stigma, this superstition about black cats being bad luck. So it's very hard for black cats to find forever homes. They do get adopted, but not to the same level as, say, like orange tabbies or gray tabbies or various other types of cats. It's very difficult for black cats to be adopted, even though there are those out there that will adopt black cats. And I've had a black cat in my life throughout most of my life. So I wanted to adopt another black cat, and sure enough, one of the rescue organizations here happened to have a young black cat available for me to adopt. The foster parent, she was in the Air Force because we have an Air Force base here. She happened to have a litter of kittens she was taking care of. They were juveniles. They were about 3 or 4 months old, about the age kittens should be whenever it comes to adopting, I think. And one of them happened to be a short, black, domesticated cat. And she's the one who named him Ninja. Anyways, Cormac, ever since he saw photos of Ninja, has become obsessed with Ninja. Now, I don't really call him Ninja. I call him different names. Sometimes I call him a turd or a turdling because he can act like a turd to my older cat, Jadis. She's kind of a poofball. She was actually my sister's cat when she lived with me like many years ago, but I ended up keeping the cat. Yay. But he's just obsessed with Ninja or Turbo Cat or whatever we call him. So maybe one day, Cormac, whenever Ninja or Turdling gets on my last nerves, I will send him to you. And if I remember, I will post a pic I just took of him a few minutes ago while I was in the bathroom. I wasn't on, never mind. I was already finished with my business. He just was doing something I found silly, and I took a photo, and I also posted it to Instagram. So maybe one day you'll be getting a box from America, and there'll be a cat whining in there. Anyways, probably not. But anyways, Pancake Saurus, what's up, Ed? His question, congrats on 9,000 subs. Thank you, Ed. What do you like doing more, GB? Live streaming or videos? Well, I mean, I go back and forth on it. At first, I obviously did content creating specifically. I did try to dabble into streaming a little bit early on. That didn't work out, but obviously I've been streaming on a lot more regular basis, I would say, over the past year now. And I thoroughly enjoy both. I enjoy whenever I have an idea for a video, like I did for Wednesday's Red Dead Online is Not Doomed video, because it had allowed me an opportunity to write out a script, put my thoughts to paper, because that's how I started the channel, was with ideas. And then, of course, record the B-roll, the background video of me just trying to do daily challenges in Red Dead Online. And then I mix it in with video like this, and me sitting there talking to the webcam and going over some news wires. And then after all that's done, after the recording's over, I grab all that video and I go into post-production. I edit it together. I mix it together. So that part is definitely enjoyable for me, because I do enjoy making content and putting it together for all of you. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching it as much as I enjoy making it. But I also enjoy live streaming, and it's a lot of fun. Sometimes it can be salty as hell, as most of you know, and most of you enjoy it whenever I get salty. And I like the interaction that I have between myself and all of you that are watching, that are in the chat with me. Both are enjoyable. I like both. I would say at one time I was more about content creating, but now it's 50-50. I enjoy live streaming just as much as making videos, because even though my videos initially started off as various ideas, at the heart, I will always be a gamer. And it's awesome that I'm able to actually play these video games and have some of you take the time out of your lives to actually watch me play these games, even if I end up failing miserably. And you guys have a good laugh at my expense. But, you know, it is what it is. All right, so next is Sparing Donkey. Congrats on 9,000 subscribers. What's your favorite adversary mode in Grand Theft Auto Online? As most of you know, including Sparing Donkey, I don't really care for most of the adversary modes. However, I do have a favorite, and that one is Overtime Rumble. You know, the one where you get to be, what is it called? Kit, Knight Rider. Ah, that's right, the Ruiner 2000. I had a brain freeze there, so apologies for that. So yes, I love the Ruiner 2000. It's a lot of fun to fly around in and goof off in. And I thoroughly enjoy Overtime Rumble. Now, obviously, Overtime Rumble is not the only adversary mode that I like, but it's my personal favorite. And it's probably the only one I'm actually somewhat decent at. Alright, so our final question is from Riley. By the way, I do apologize to Riley. She had a previous question, and I asked her to give me a different question, because it kind of sort of was addressed in my video on Wednesday regarding Red Dead Online not being doomed. So anyways, thanks Riley for your understanding. Let's see, what is your favorite thing to do in Red Dead Online when you're alone or when you're with friends? Well, it's kind of evolved a little bit over the years. I would say initially one of my favorite things to do was the contact missions back in the day, because that's how a lot of us made money in Red Dead Online, through the contact missions before heists, before the businesses and the passive income. I still like doing that whenever it's double money. And of course, the VIP work is fun to do as well, especially when that's double money or when the client jobs are double money. But I also enjoy some days when I'm just in the mood, I would just hop in one of my cars or into a helicopter or a jet and just fly around the map whenever I just feel like just chilling and just relaxing. And sometimes it happens to coincide with me recording a vlog, and it works out that way. But there are definitely times when I'm recording B-roll or I need B-roll for a video. It's been a while since I've needed one for a Grand Theft Auto Online video. But whenever you do see me make a Grand Theft Auto Online video, oftentimes you'll see me driving around in a car, and it's just a good opportunity for me just to sit back. You know, I've already recorded the audio part, so I know how long I need in the B-roll. And then I just mix that in with the audio in post-production. And it's kind of like, I guess, getting into an actual car and going for a drive, except for you're not using gasoline and you're doing it from the comfort of your gaming chair. So that's cool. Early on, I enjoyed causing rampage and destruction which is why I used to have my Misadventures Monday series. I'm not really as into that as I used to be, but what I enjoy doing with my friends, subscribers, viewers, and fans in Grand Theft Auto Online is some of the same things, helping them out, making money whenever things are double money, like the crates, or helping them with their passive businesses, or doing heists on occasion whenever heists or doomsday heists are double money, as well as especially contact missions, or just goofing off. I do enjoy goofing off with you all, my awesome viewers, subscribers, and fans, whether we're on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, occasionally over on the PC. It's just a lot of fun, just having fun, chilling, even coming up with silly games like we did about a month ago with, RC Bandito Prop Hunt. Eventually, we're going to do an RC Bandito Prop Hunt live stream, and hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. We enjoy doing it, though, and you kind of get the idea and the premise. You have one person as the RC Bandito about in a block or 2 block radius, and all the other players have to try to find the RC Bandito. That's pretty much it. It's fun. And, of course, the players can try to destroy the RC Bandito. And I guess the goal for the person as the RC Bandito is to try and last as long as possible or find the best hiding spot. We do throw out hints, though. So, yeah, I think we're due for an RC Bandito prop hunt stream. I think that's going to happen. So maybe if there's nothing going on for Monday. Maybe Monday. Or maybe I'll just keep teasing it. Yeah, RC Bandito prop hunt. Coming soon to the channel. And yeah, like I said, it's fun. Most of you that play prop hunt, you probably get why it's hilarious. And it can be challenging too, just running around a block square of like around Legion Square or down by the beach in Los Santos or even in Sandy Shores or somewhere else, Paleto Bay, trying to find this little car. It's not as small as the drone, but for somebody that's really good at finding that right spot to hide the RC Bandito, it can be quite amusing to watch people struggle to find that car. And even if you're trying to give out hints, it's still fun. Plus, another game we also like to play is a Kula hunt. And a couple of us will jump into Akulas and go into stealth mode. And it's very similar to prop hunt. But the Akulas are the props, and we just go land Akulas in different areas on the map, either in the southern part of the map or the northern part of the map. And then it's up to another player to hunt us down, whether in a Buzzard or a Savage or another type of attack helicopter or attack jet or Oppressor Mark II or Deluxo. That's hilarious as well for us to do. So there's definitely a lot of fun activities you can find to do in Grand Theft Auto Online, whether just driving around or goofing off or causing mayhem or grinding contact missions or VIP work, client jobs, or just having some fun with your fans, friends, viewers, and subscribers. And that officially concludes this installment of Q&A. Once again, thank you so much to everybody that took the time to submit your question. Hopefully I got everybody's question. I think I did. I double, triple, quadruple checked. Unfortunately, we didn't have any questions submitted on Facebook or Twitter. I still continue to post on Facebook and Twitter, even if they're dead. But maybe at least somebody out there gets notified about that content or that live stream, even if they don't leave likes or show me any love or even say, thanks, GB, for continuing to update your Twitter and Facebook, It's the least you could do, but anyways. I do appreciate all of you, even if you're not really active on the social medias. Mainly, it's, I guess, the YouTube community tab as well as our Discord anyways. And I still post stuff on Instagram every once in a while, especially whenever I, on the rare occasion, go on trips. But I do appreciate everyone that, took the time to submit a question, as well as those of you that took the time to watch this Q&A. Hopefully you were informed, maybe even entertained by the Q&A, and you can always go back and watch the previous Q&As. And once again, thank you so much to each and every one of you, all of my awesome viewers, subscribers, fans, friends, mods, Super Chat heroes, and members of the GeauxBurns Nation. And if you missed out on this Q&A, fear not. When we reach 10,000 subscribers, somewhere down the road, we'll do another exciting installment of Q&A.